Now, Britain and the U.S. are helping Ukraine recover billions and billions of dollars in assets allegedly stolen by the ousted former president. Officials from all three countries are meeting in London this week to come up with a plan. Rachelle Akuffo has the latest.
The US and British governments are spearheading efforts to track down Ukraine's missing billions. Britain's Serious Fraud Office recently froze $23 million in assets, allegedly linked to corruption and money laundering in Ukraine. That's just the beginning.
The next steps are the painstaking work that does take a very long time, years in many cases, to be able to identify those assets, to recover them, and then repatriate them where they should be, which is back to the Ukrainian people.
Officials attending the two-day forum hope to agree on a blueprint for retracing those assets. Ukraine's general prosecutor has already identified $3 billion worth of assets, including money and property, allegedly stolen by former President Viktor Yanukovych and his aides. The prosecutor says billions more may be uncovered. Yanukovych denies the allegations.
Ukraine is nearly at the bridge of war. Because the new government, the interim government, has just been set up, and we found out that our treasury is empty and the funds are misappropriated.
The economy was already struggling before Yanukovych was ousted in February. Ukrainian officials claim that unidentified embezzlers transferred more than $70 billion from the country's financial system to offshore accounts during Yanukovych's rule. Also unaccounted for, $20 billion in gold reserves and $37 billion in loans over the last 3 years. Despite the forensic accounting challenges in tracking the money trail across international borders, the U.S. Attorney General says these obstacles can be overcome.
There are going to be substantial efforts that will have been tried to hide these assets, to put up front companies, to develop bank accounts in a variety of places. But we have experts on our side. We have experience on our side. We have shown that we are capable of breaking through those barriers and getting at those assets.
Holder says recovering the assets will send a message to Ukraine and beyond.
That will send a very powerful signal to others who might consider these kinds of activities, so that they understand that what they do will ultimately not be successful.
In the meantime, getting Ukraine's billions back could take years. Rachelle Akuffo, CCTV.